Hey guys, it's West here, and we're back with the recap for the March 2018 giveaway of the beginner's account. So throughout the month of March, I raised this account up. I grinded through getting runes, leveling monsters, and summoning scrolls that I got along the way. $0 put into the account if anyone's curious about that information. But I thought I would just go over what progress I was able to achieve on this account during that month. And basically what I would recommend for this account in the future, as we have picked a giveaway winner. The giveaway winner will be announced at the end of the video. I'll have a timestamp in the description below if you want to just skip to the end and find out who that is. But without further ado, I'll hop right in. So we have a Magic Knight here on a speed attack build. This Magic Knight is able to farm Fame and Hell, although slightly inconsistent. It would be more consistent with possibly some better slot 3 and slot 2 runes. Also bringing up the slot 2, 4, 6 to plus 15 would make it a consistent Fame and Hell clear. We have fused Veramos. We pulled Miang from a Wish. But back onto Veramos real quick. The Veramos I fused is on the Violent set that the game gives you, as well as this additional Violent rune that I got from a craft a while back, one Violent craft that I did that happened to have a speed substat. You can see that the Veramos is 55% accuracy, more than enough for Giants, as well as 72 speed, which isn't terrible. The speed will go up to 82 speed once this rune is plus 15, and of course bringing the slot 4 and slot 6 to plus 15 as well will also increase Veramos' HP and survivability, as well as 6-starring him, and I do have 4 out of the 5 Rainbow Mon needed to 6-star Veramos. Magic Knight is currently the only 6-star. We'll hop over and talk about Konamaya. Konamaya was our primary cleanser for a long time. We just made Konamaya as fast as possible and, just gave all the HP we could, as Konamaya's base defense is fairly low. So Konamaya was our base cleanser all the way up to GB7, and from there, once we were able to farm GB7, what we did is we went through and we farmed the B7 stages of the Fire, Water, and Wind dungeons, of course the Light and Dark as well as need be, for the Veramos and Dark Yeti essences, as well as the essences for Beladian. And that our core team is right across the top row minus Miang. We had Bella, we had a Lapis, Konamaya, Bella, Shen, Bernard composition, and that carries you through almost the entire game and can even carry you through Giants B10 if you spend enough time at Giants B7. But as most people are going to want to fuse Veramos anyways, I thought I would go through the trouble of doing that all for you for the winner of this account, so that there's one step out of your way. You already have the monsters you need, all the core monsters you need to farm Giants efficiently and progress your way through this game. And so other monsters we picked up along the way, and if you're curious about how these monsters are runed, I'll go over them really quick. Shannon, speed, HP. These runes could all be upgraded fairly easily just through farming more Giants. You can see Bernard's kind of slow. Bernard's, above 200 speed, which is kind of nice for Giants. We have a Bella here, speed, HP, defense, and the accuracy is actually too low on Bernard and Bella, as well as Shannon too, if you want to land that glancing and slow consistently. So just things to keep an eye on. Of course, these monsters could be significantly more tanky, especially Bella. Speed, HP is preferable to speed, HP, defense. Of course, Vero is on the Violent Energy set, so the only real upgrades you could give this monster if you want to keep Vero on Violent is to change the slot 3 and slot 5, which are kind of decent. They're okay. Now, of course, they could have a lot more speed and more defense in the substats. Next up, we pulled the Water Boomerang Warrior, which is kind of cool. The Water Boomerang Warrior is neat. Just a fun monster to have for later in the game. Water Ninetails, not extremely notable. It's an extra unit. Hraesvelg, one of my favorite Giants attackers, support attackers I should say, a monster that can eventually be put as an additional damage dealer into your team, and who could eventually phase out your need for your Lapis. So the Giants B10 team I recommend right now is Veramos Leadership skill with Bella, Bernard, Shannon, and then the +1 is a damage dealer. Here you could have Lapis, since Lapis is the 6-star attacker on your account. You could build up Hraesvelg, as Hraesvelg brings the branding, brings the dots, brings additional speed and attack buff to help increase your damage output on the Giant, as well as being a wind unit, which helps lower the rune requirements for him, as well as bringing that self-heal with the 3rd skill when it's on cooldown, which is really nice because any monster that can sustain itself is fairly strong. The one nice thing to note about him is the The brand is a 100% chance to land regardless of skill ups. So actually you could hypothetically use this monster without any skill ups necessary, which is really nice. And sometimes it's kind of nice to actually have the third skill on a longer cooldown, as that means he's going to be healing for more turns, and when you're starting off it might help more. The only huge benefits you get is you get 10% additional continuous damage chance, up to 60% harmful effect and continuous damage on the first skill if you max skill him. Also, you get a 2-turn cooldown on the second skill instead of a 3-turn cooldown, but it's not 100% necessary to skill him up. Of course, I'd recommend either Fatal or Swift and Energy or Blade, whatever you can do to make him maybe a little bit tanky if you need survivability, or just build him as a damage dealer like you would Lapis. Speed crit damage attack works, attack crit damage attack works, HP crit damage attack works. It's all based around the rest of your team, really. But he's a nice additional damage dealer to have as well. We've also pulled a Darknet 3 Thrain the Darkroom Reaper. Do not underestimate this guy in TOA. He is a godsend. The dots and the AoE stuns are really useful, and later in TOA he's really, really fun to play with. Other units, of course we got the Hall of Heroes, Ninetales. We got the Water Phantom Thief Luer, as well as the Windheart Magician. Just some Nat 4s we have. We have a few notable Nat 3s, Mav, Water Imp Champ, Fire Element. Just typical stuff. We also have Megan, which is kind of nice for Arena later in the game. And yeah, that's about it. I'll show you the storage. The storage isn't much to talk about. The storage has mostly been holding our Devilmon this whole time. We have a Freya, Harmonia, the Wind Sylph, we got the Dark. It sucks, we did get a LD Lightning, but it was the Dark Undyne, who I'm not a huge fan of anyways. And then some Light and Dark Net 3s, who are just kind of there. Nothing spectacular, although I will note that in about 30-45 minutes, we are going to have this, 26 minutes, wow. We are going to have the next rotation come through, which has Lucian, Hraesvelg, Hua, even Kaz is decent, plus all 3 of the Nat 5s are pretty nice, 2 of which are kind of game-changing. So there's some very decent monsters coming in this next summoning rotation, so I am going to be summoning for Lucian in that before giving away the account, because I really want to get this account something good, so I've been saving up stones for that specific reason. So that's about it for monsters. Clearance-wise, we've cleared all the way up to Giant Speed 10. We can actually do Giant Speed 10 with the team where it's currently at. It's not consistent because Veramos does need the 6-star, as he does take a little bit too much damage at the mid-boss and the boss stages. But that's not huge. That's just, that'll happen when it happens. It doesn't take too much more work to get that extra monster 5-star and get Veramos 6-starred. And also, he is only 1 Devilmon away on his first skill from being max skilled as well. Dragons, we haven't really touched it. Necro, we haven't even been in there at all. Hall of Medic, so we've cleared all the B10s of all the halls, and that's how we got enough crystals in order to farm all of this. Trial of Ascension, this team can do up to 50 without a problem, especially now having Veramos. You can farm through TOA like this with this team, swap out Lapis for Konamaya if you really need to, and eventually when Miang's more roomed up, Miang actually has a little bit of usability as well, a little bit, to extend the beneficial effects and give an additional heal. But this account has some nice reps. We'll hop into here just to show you. There's some decently ruined monsters here. Monsters that aren't amazing, but good enough to get you where you need to go in terms of farming a little bit. So myself and Starry Knight are on this friends list if you need a reliable rep, or a rep that's going to be able to farm something a little bit more consistently than some of the lower levels that are on that list. I would recommend that you would get your friends list a little bit refreshed, try to get some higher level players now that this account is up to level 50. Other noteworthy things is don't lose track of your goals. The big thing is going to be staying in Giants for now, trying to get all your runes set so that all your monsters in Giants on your Giants team are runed up well. If you want to make monsters, I would highly recommend Hraesvelg. Don't feel forced to, but Hraesvelg will increase the damage output in Giants and therefore reduce the time it takes to clear those runs, as well as bring so many things to your Giants team as backups, getting your Bernard faster, getting your Shannon and your Bella tankier, as well as giving your Vero some really, really good runes if you can. And along the way, you can give Lapis better attacker runes if you really want to use Lapis as a primary attacker. it may work, but just remember that the better the runes you give Lapis, the less improvement you're really going to see, just because Lapis has relatively low scaling, as well as low impact in other areas of the game. Some low-level PvP she can do a little bit in TOA once you put her on a Despair set, but of course don't rune up any monsters with sets that doesn't provide them with the stats that they need in order to do what they have to do. So for example, don't put a Despair set on Lapis if it's going to take too much attack away from her to the point where she is no longer really usable or no longer outputting any damage. Or if you do decide you want to put Lapis on a more of a support build for TOA, then stick to a speed HP or something like that, or speed HP defense. Just remember, you also need accuracy, and if they're going to be on Despair, you also need a lot of speed, preferably plus 70 and up, in order to really get enough turns off to make an impact in TOA. Just small things like that to keep track of. Of course, the winner of this account has my full support for the 4 weeks in April here, as well as 1 month after. Every time they need anything, they're always welcome to hop by the stream, of course, as well, or message me on YouTube or Twitch. And of course, I'll try to get back to them as soon as possible. But there are scheduled times I will be checking in on the account to make sure that there's actual progress, because of course my goal in giving away these accounts is to not only give back to my community and people who watch my content and support me, just by being here and saying whatever you say in the comments or just showing up to the streams. My goal is to grow the Summoners War community and try to give more knowledge to the player base as a whole, and make sure that beside giving away the account, I'm actually trying to help make sure it grows and progresses from when I give it away. So the current winner of the account is ACM Network. That's ACM Network. So please private message me within the next 24 hours. I already sent out an email to the winner. And contact me within the next 24 hours to claim the account. I'll give you all the account details, all the other stuff that comes with the account, my little bit of helpful information that you can take or leave, that's fine. But I like to give it out just in case. Better safe than sorry, because you never know how people are going to take accounts when they get them, So a few small tips along the way that I'll give out. But yeah, thank you all. Thank you everyone for participating. Anybody who did not get an account and really wanted the account, do not worry. There's going to be another one. There's going to be another giveaway. I'm going to make that announcement video within the next few days. I am going to have an April account giveaway. Although it is going to have to be fast-tracked a lot more, because I actually technically had a month and a week in order to do this account. I did start a little bit earlier on the account than the beginning of March. It was actually the 20th of February or the 25th of February, so I had a little bit of extra time on this account, so I am really going to have to work my butt off on the next account to try to get it out as fast as possible. I really hope that in the next account we pull some more impactful natural 4 and maybe even a natural 5-star monster, because I do want these accounts to be nice and stacked for you guys, so that progression and overall playing this game is a lot more fun and a lot more enjoyable for you guys. So like I said, thank you all for watching so much and all your support. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them below. Keep an eye out for the next giveaway if you want it. And I will ask that if you are a later game player and you're not in need of an account and maybe you're just looking for one to screw around on, maybe don't enter. I just don't want to take away the opportunity for some newer players or for some players who may have lost their account to obtain an account that is capable of really progressing through the game. But nevertheless, thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, it's West again. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more.